Well, hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to take a little drive around the countryside just to test out my new suspension. So a little while back, I took my Ram here down to, it was the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, Back to the Byway event. And this truck is great for like an adventure truck, you know, overlanding stuff. It's perfect. Oh well, maybe not perfect. It's a heavy-duty Ram 2500, has a Cummins diesel engine. You know, at the time I was on 35-inch tires, and I took it on one of the hardest, one of the more difficult, or at least more famous obstacles down on the Backcountry Byway. It was Old Fincastle Road, and when there's a nice, beautiful drive over some boulders and down through the holler. You cross a creek, and then you start going up the other side, and about halfway up the hillside, there is a giant boulder. You know, so that's like the big obstacle on Old Fincastle. You can kind of, shorter wheelbase vehicles, or at least narrower vehicles, you can go up, like keep both tires on the boulder, go up over to the right and go around. I've seen big power wagons, you know, same size as this truck, drop down in the ditch and almost straddle, you know, like their passenger side up on the boulder and go over. I've also seen it where people filled in there's like a gap between some rocks, and I've seen Subarus go over it, you know. So it doesn't, depending on the time, it doesn't necessarily take a huge vehicle, you know, big lift, big tires to get over it. But when we took the Ram here, all the rocks were dug out, so it was pretty. I couldn't get over it. I just put it that way. I've got a big winch bumper on the front of this truck. It sticks out. My approach angle, I'm not sure what it is. It's not the best. But as far as everything up to that point, you know, I couldn't get my bumper up over that, you know, up over the boulder. But everything up to that point, the boulder field and the trail and crossing the creek, the truck was awesome. I just put it in low range and it just tractors right along. Since I couldn't get over the boulder, I had to turn around and go up the other side, and like same thing, through the boulders and up the hill climb, up some stair steps, and man, it felt great. It was stable. You know, so the biggest downfall with this truck is it's so heavy, and the 35s, they were bald at the time. So I needed to do some changes. I've got more changes in mind. You know, I want lockers front and rear. I want onboard air. It's, you know, as with everybody that overlands, it's an ongoing process. So I have some videos showing. Well, they say with age comes wisdom, so I'm not too proud to admit defeat. I'm heading back to camp on the highway because I couldn't get over Old Fincastle. But it was fun to try. You know, I didn't know really how it was going to be. I know that stupid big bumper I've got hanging off the front was, my approach angle was going to be a problem. Smaller 35s are now small tires, right? With not a lot of tread on them. I knew that was going to be an issue. So whenever I did get on the boulder, I just spun. So whatever, gave it a shot, and it was fun coming out. But the old girl here, she's more of a out west truck, I believe, you know, adventure truck, not exactly a rock crawler. But if you can do it, hey, good on you. I didn't make it happen today, so we'll see you back at camp. But I figured something I could do right off the bat, and you know, I had to budget for it a little bit, is different suspension lift. A suspension lift. All I had was 2-inch leveling blocks. So I wanted a little bit of a lift with softer springs to improve the ride, some new shocks, and 37s right off the bat. That's what I knew. I wanted 37s. I've always wanted 37s. I honestly don't know why I went with 35s when I first bought this truck. So that's what I did. I got online, I started looking around, and from what I could tell, Carly and Thuren suspension systems are the most recommended for ride quality for a heavy duty Ram. I know they do Super Duty Fords as well, and I'm sure there's other vehicles that they cater towards, but far and away the two that I seen were Carly and Thuren for the heavy duty Ram. So looking around and kind of weighing my options, the first thing I did was I got a Thuren sway bar, and I actually did that before we went to Castle, and that helped the ride a lot. So the first thing I got was the Thuren sway bar. That improved ride quality. I mean, I can't tell you how much better it was. It was just far and away whole new truck. After comparing the different spring packages, and like I said, you know, I try to do things on a budget, so I couldn't just buy a whole kit. I was piecing what I could get here, using coupons on other sites over there, you know. But I wanted the Thuren single rate front coils with a 3-inch lift, and Thuren rear shackles. I think they provide a total of 1.5 or to 1 3/4 lift, just the shackles on your factory springs. I have aftermarket airbags with the Daystar cradles, you know, so the airbag's not attached to the axle to let it droop away a little bit. Eventually I want to go with the Thuren leaf springs in the rear. They're $1,400 right now. That's just, it was out of the budget. And they're a soft ride leaf spring, well, soft ride long travel. So that, when I eventually go to that, that'd be great, I think. But with the airbags, I feel like I can get away with the softer ride. I don't tow a lot, but if I ever need to, I feel that I'd like to be able to if I need to. So I have Fox 2.0 shocks in the front, Fox 2.0 with adjusters on the rear. I got both of those sets of shocks from American Trucks. If you've seen my rear bumper review, I also ordered it from American Trucks, and we had a little issue, so I ended up with a coupon, so that's why I ordered my shocks through there too. But my springs, so I have front bump stops, front springs, and rear shackles. I ordered through Sunfire Off-Road in Sunman, Indiana, and they did the install for me. I already had the Steer Smarts front track bar, adjustable track bar, so that came in super handy. I didn't have to worry about that. And I think that's all I did. Just, you know, some suspension components. And let me tell you, this truck rides, it rides like a half ton. At speed on the road, it rides so nice. So I wanted to go out and kind of see how it felt. Not off-roading, but I went down a gravel road and got down in the creek a little bit and played around. And yeah, here's the video, showing it. So tell me what you think. So far I'm in love with the suspension. I can't wait till I can upgrade the rear leaf springs, like I said, to the Thuren long travel soft rides. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below.